Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Unity Software, ticker symbol U. And so here I am recording this during the pre-market on Wednesday, April 9th, after Unity closed on the 8th at a price of $16.75, being down being down 2.9% on the day, being down 50 cents on the day, and then continuing lower into the pre-market, trading around $16.50, a further 1.6% downside move there. And so, yeah, I wanted to follow up on this ticker because it was the winner for the poll for today. So thank you for participating in that. And so I have to say this did pull down to levels I was not necessarily expecting. But if we do look at some of the drawings that I have up there, it's going to be a little cluttered. We may be at some technical support, so wanted to go over that. And I also wanted to note that I did have this alert here at, I guess, below 1612. I was thinking it was going to be at 1538 because I actually did dip buy just one share, at 1538. That was based on a level that I have drawn up. I believe it was. So let's look over at those drawings. It's going to be a little bit cluttered though, but I did just want to point out that 1538 level. That was, let's see, the lows from over here. That was the low hit on June 20th of 2024. And so, yeah, I nibbled a little bit there. Very happy about that. Would have liked to be more aggressive, but maybe we do retest it. But as you can see, a lot of levels to the upside. There's a lot of clutter here. We are below a lot of those levels. And so, I'm going to clean up the chart and just walk you through my thought process here with this. And so, I can delete some of these retracements because they're not necessarily that useful, but I do want to kind of go over some of the levels that I think were some nice predictors. And so here we do have kind of like, the double top here. That was a nice level for getting this pullback to the 786 around 20 before the stock price bounced from that level, going up over 40% there. So that was a very nice move, but we don't really need to be keeping an eye on that now because that move's already in the past. We also do have this Fibonacci retracement here, which, is also kind of a thing of the past, but it did serve as a very nice predictor for the bottom over here, and we have retraced to a level coinciding with all of those levels over there. And that is this purple downtrend, which was the neckline for this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which did get us a nice move up to here around $23 a share. But of course, now we are trading below that. And let's see, I might want to make these lines less thick and add the 786 just to see where that's at. And yeah, we did test that level. So maybe that's a dip buy level. So I'm just going to make that retracement green. But I might actually just want to delete the whole thing because that's totally a thing of the past. And we do have a confluence of levels here, that neckline, that purple line there, and also this uptrending white line. We've pulled back to that purple that purple neckline there. We've also pulled back to 1538 when we hit a low on Monday on the 7th of 1533. So that was a beautiful dip by level. I had talked about this either during a stream or the last Unity Software video that I put out. So congrats if you took advantage of that. I'm happy that I did. One thing that we can see, zooming in on the chart here, is that volume is pulling back. So it looks like volume was green here and going up when the stock price bounced, green going up to get a little bit of a retracement, but it's not a bearish engulfing candle. It's not a massive downside move. We do have this purple, that is the downtrend, I believe, from that neckline. So not at a specific level, but we did close above it. So I think that looks good. Volume coming down. That does suggest that we could be seeing a bottom there. So I'm liking it, even though we've broken below this uptrend, even though kind of the very bullish sentiment that I had did not play out. We did not get up to 33 over here. So I'm just going to delete that Fibonacci extension. We did fill this gap here, so I can delete that. And yeah, I mean, I think that this is probably going to be going higher. And we can also take a look at, I suspect this is going to be below the 786, but I could do a Fibonacci retracement from this low of 1390 going up to the high of 3088. Let's just see, make sure that's 1390, 3088. Where is that 786? That's at 1753. And, you know, I am going to want to remove those 618s, that golden pocket there, and I'm going to want to make that level yellow because it's kind of a cautionary dip buy level, and I should make this yellow line here probably green until proven otherwise. That was a very nice dip buy level down there in my view, but maybe we could be pulling back to you know, $14 or $13.90. So I'm actually going to adjust this alert to be below 14, and I might, because I'm an idiot, make it 14.20. Gotta have fun with the 420s there, and really just thinking, you know, if we break below 15.38, don't want to be chasing a falling knife, but if we do get to 14.20, that's a higher low. And maybe that would be suggesting that it's a dip buying opportunity there. But you know, and I should probably adjust this white line to be red. I think that would be acting as resistance if we do get up there. And I can delete this doodle because actually, no, I mean, we still could have that doodle. Still, you know, this could be inverse left shoulder here, head here. And we just need to get up to around 45 to have that play out. And that would suggest further downside later on, but we'd have to be getting up there. So yeah, I mean, by the end of, or by middle of the year, maybe by the end of the year over here, I could see this getting up to around 45. And, but yeah, let's see. Moving averages. Maybe we want to look at those. Those are all above us. Those would suggest some resistance around the range of $20 to $22. So that would be corresponding with getting up to this, let's see, uptrend, that red line there. But let's just do a Fibonacci retracement from the high here of 30.88, I believe, and then down to the low that we've currently hit of 15.33. Going to make sure that those are correct levels. And I actually don't want this to be so high at the 786, 2755. I want to put that at, let's see, the 50% retracement, 2310. That would be corresponding with a potential rejection from that red uptrend. But let's also put up the 382. That would be at 2127, and that would also be corresponding with you know, those moving averages right around there. So those are some levels that I think we might be getting rejected from, but maybe we go past them. So I'm just going to make those you know, orange levels to suggest we're kind of getting into the rejection territory. And yeah, and with that being said, let's see, I did want to look over at some options data because the Bronx Viking was posting about this, as well as Orlando. And what we can see, though, I did want to point this out. We do have, let's see, higher lows in the stock price, and the RSI has effectively been putting in the same lows, and so that's a weak bullish divergence. Well, actually, let's see. Weak bullish divergence, whether that's this going to, let's see, going from here, that's lower lows in the stock price, whereas the RSI is flat lows. That's a weak bullish divergence. Whereas here, if we look at the higher lows, with the RSI being more or less flat lows, that is a, and I'm just going to move this in front of Ed's head there, sorry about that. That is then going to be a weak hidden bullish divergence when putting in the higher lows, and this being flat. Higher lows and lower lows, that would be hidden bullish divergence. So yeah, there are some divergences there Maybe we're seeing a bounce from around 1538, but maybe this gets into the 14s. And the thing I wanted to talk about, which the Bronx Viking was posting it, so maybe I'm actually just going to go over to my page and let's just see. I posted this. I think it was probably going to be on a reply. Let's see. This just going to be, oh, yep, so here. Bronx Viking posted this, and then so I misspelled Brachiosaur. I forgot a U in there, but I wanted to get the U ticker there. But so I kind of posted this, that, wondering if he's looking at these spikes that we saw in Unity Software yesterday, the net call premium going up by over, about 2.5 million. So kind of looks like a Brachiosaurus there with the, in yellow, the stock price being kind of the legs and then the neck being the net call premium going up. But let's look over at the Unity Software chart for the entire day. And so that did stay sustained. It closed the day, the net call premium up by about $2.43 million in call premium, whereas the net put premium ended the day down. And so this, good luck to us, 69% being in favor of the bulls, our favorite number there. So that seems like a really good omen in my view. But let's look at the spike that we saw here. This was around 1224 yesterday on the 8th, 1224 in the afternoon Eastern time. So let's look at what that corresponded with. I believe it's going to be the $25 strike call for June. But let's look over here at the flow feed. I am going to adjust this to be Unity Software, and I am going to adjust the date to be April 8th. So that was yesterday, and let's just... I'll just leave it for the entire day. And let's see. This was I'm going all over the place. This was a spike of around net call premium going from 860 to around 2.4 million. So let's just look over here, and I will filter this minimum premium to around, let's see, $1 million. Let's start big. And so that's 100,000. Let's do 1 million. There was one, 1225. So this, that's pretty exciting. I didn't expect there to be $1 million. And so actually, so we can see all the numbers are 999, 999. So that's, basically less than $1 million. But yeah, so this was a call that we saw. Maybe I want to filter that so we have a little bit more data. So let's just do 500,000. As a minimum, still that low there. Maybe I'll just change this to a 1 so you can see 100,000. We do see some more calls, puts. But really, the one that I'm interested in, and I stuttered there a little bit. It was kind of weird. It's kind of funny the noises you can make with a mic in front of you. It's interesting to listen to myself talk sometimes. I'm sure that was a weird sound for you. Anyways, this is actually, that was not the one that I was thinking it would be. This is the $30 call. For June expiration. This is the $25 call that, let's see, that expires in September. Monthly contracts in September. This is a 10,000. It looks like this was $1.6 million. This is bullish, being on that ask side. So let's just look at that contract. And so the open interest prior to yesterday's trading was... If you can see it, it's kind of in front of Ed, so I'm going to have him step aside. The open interest yesterday at the start of trading was less than 5,000. Then we saw a volume of 11,713 open interest going up to 15,096 at the start of trading today, which has not started as we are still in the pre-market as I record this. Increase of over 10,000. And so that's bullish. That's why we got this alert here. This volume has exceeded open interest. And so this is looking pretty exciting. And so this is for $25 strike in September. I don't know who this is buying that, but that does seem bullish. And then let's also look up a contract. I wanted to look up, let's see, $25 call for June here. This is the $30 call for June. So let's look at that. No alert yesterday, but we did see a pretty massive increase in open interest, going from about 12,000 open interest yesterday to about an increase of 10,000. And so that's bullish. $30 strike June. So that's, yep, we did get an alert here actually. Volume has exceeded open interest. So this buy, this whale buy, the green candle that we see here, that was a pretty big spike, but it wasn't bigger than, the volume wasn't bigger than open interest, because open interest start of yesterday was about 12,000. And this candle was a spike of 10,000. And so that was not greater than open interest. We needed to get these smaller candles later in the day to see that spike. And so that does look good. If we do look back, let's see the past 7 days, we can see that was the biggest candle for that one. If we do look past the past, let's see, 30 days, yep, I mean, this is starting to look like this is turning around, maybe starting to get into some bullish territory. The past 90 days, this is standing out, so I'm feeling pretty excited about that. But then let's look at some other contracts. I'm just going to adjust this to be, let's see, 10,000. And so maybe we could see, I want to see the $25 call, but that expires in, let's see, in June. And so I'm just going to filter this to only be calls. And then so we can see $25 calls, 30 there, 25 call, that's September again. This is the $25 call of June. And so I've seen, I believe, Orlando and the Bronx Viking talking about this one. So I just kind of wanted to look at it. Nothing that really stands out from yesterday, but from Friday it looks like. So if I just extend this back 2 days, we see this pretty big green candle here. And so from, let's see, open on, this is from open on Thursday, so the 7th of, Monday. This is Monday. So from open on Monday, we saw, it was Monday the 7th, we had an open interest of less than 10,000, but then volume on Monday was 12,000. And so that's what we're seeing here. This was Monday the 7th. We saw this candle volume being over 10,000, 10,215, and that corresponding with an increase of open interest into yesterday, into Tuesday, of an increase of 11,328 contracts, open interest going up 21,000. And now, as we open in about 15 minutes, as I'm recording this live during pre-market, open interest is around 20,451. And so that is, pretty big increase. So this is bullish. This is $25 strike, June, 72 days to expiration. And then we have that other contract that I was looking at, which is the $25 strike. This is for September, 163 days to expiration, so looking bullish there. And then we also have this $30 strike for June, and we did see some more bullish activity. So things are looking pretty bullish with Unity Software. We did bounce to this level that I had talked about. I had a dip buy at that level, 1538. Piercing it at 1533. So I think this is looking really good. And I must say, I think that we're going to be testing these orange levels here, 2127, 2310, maybe getting back to these highs of 3088 by September. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I think that the chart here is looking really good, despite things being a little shaky in the markets with the tariff wars, whatnot. But looking at the options data, I think things are starting to look bullish. Technical levels on the chart looking good. We are getting gifts with prices being back around here that we haven't seen since really like the lows of November of last year. So I think what we're getting right now is a gift, a dip buying opportunity. And so while I'm not being too aggressive with it, I am taking advantage of it. And if you guys want to, I hope you are too. But as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and pre-market preps. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care and have a great day trading. Cheers, you guys.